Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you the next episode of Tomodachi Game.
As I was expecting from watching the other episodes, Tenji is really unraveling. I mean, he knew that he could write on multiple cards, so he didn't have to disagree with Yuichi's plan. Like, he's the only one that was really outspoken, and it just draws attention to himself. And it's not the first time he's done this, speaking out when he doesn't really need to. And I also said that I thought Tenji thought he was so much smarter than everyone else, so he wasn't really expecting to get caught. And we saw that play out in this episode where he kept saying, oh, Yuichi's so stupid, he's an idiot, he would never be able to fight against me. And of course he ended up catching himself in this trap.
And what a trap it is. I kind of honestly want to know why and how this trap formulated. Because after me seeing Yuichi slap Shiho, I was like, whoa, this is a write-off, this friendship group is over. But Yuichi came through. Maybe that was part of the plan. I like the way the episode decided to leave on the cliffhanger before the explanation of whatever happened though. I definitely want to know what happened there.
Yeah, well, I also did say that I thought that was really performative when he slapped her. Everything just seemed really off surrounding that whole thing. And also, during that episode, they had made a plan to write certain things on the card, and they had sent Tenji first. And I noticed that Yuichi kept doing this, saying, you know, Tenji, why don't you go first? And it made me feel as if they were like planning things while he was in the booth. Obviously, he's away for 3 minutes while they've got a chance to discuss things, and Manabu's not always paying close attention to them. Sometimes he's like playing with the bad mouth cards, flying paper airplanes, just being a bit of a brat. So I really did feel like there was a lot of performative things going on. Even the things that Kokuragi said to Saragi about the plastic surgery felt off. It didn't feel like it was something that Kokuragi would say in terms of the way she was saying it. Yes, I still think that she does have it in her to be mean to Saragi because she wants Yuichi. But in that instance when she was saying, oh, you know, it doesn't matter as long as I have Yuichi, that's not something she would outwardly comfortably say out loud. And it just felt really performative. And
to me as well, speaking on the performative note, on the other side, in terms of what Shiho was saying, we've been expecting Shiho to be the bastion of political righteousness, or just righteousness in general. And yet this whole time she's been meek and mild and a follower. This girl is a leader. Do you get what I mean? So I was going, yeah, this ain't the character that I was introduced to. So I'm glad that this sort of turn of events has happened. And I really can't wait till the next episode to find out how Yuichi and the rest of the gang basically orchestrated this. Because I'm going, ooh, okay, I like it. I like it a lot.
So I definitely think it did start when Shio approached Yuichi at the end of the first game. They were discussing with each other that there was a traitor and that he would be on her side. And I also said I really didn't feel like she was that stupid. She didn't feel that way, just like what you were just saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that was the character. She's just not that stupid. That's not how she came across. And so for her to be falling for Tenji's plan so fast, it just didn't make enough sense to me. But I would really like to see the 3 instances that they're saying that there was an abnormality, and see if it lines up with the things that we found strange when we were watching it.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. So Ruka, I've got a few questions for you. First question is, what do you think happens now after this game is done? Because we all know that Tenji is about to be penalized. Maybe he's the one that has to jump off the cliff and the game will be over. Do you think they go through the game without him? Or do you think he's still kept in the game? Or like, what do you think?
Now, I was saying to you while we were watching the episode that we are seeing it as if it's just only Tenji that has an issue. We truly don't know if there is actually another person that has an issue with this game. We are only on episode 5, and for them to have found Tenji out already, and there's still games to play, and they're saying that they can get rid of him and so that he's not playing the game, there's got to be some other antagonistic things that appear in order for this to make it to its 12 episodes. So I'm not sure if Tenji's the only one that's playing a dirty game here.
Choose that, because he might be the one who orchestrated the whole game in the first place, but again, that might not be the only thing like Rick is saying. So in my opinion, I kind of feel like they're all going to carry on, Tenji included, and he's going to spend the rest of the show trying to redeem himself, and Shio's going to want nothing to do with him sort of thing. And then Yuichi's going to do the whole, let's all be friends again thing. by the end of it, maybe. Because Yuichi seems a bit of a demon, to be fair. There's something wrong with that kid.
Well, we've been saying this since the beginning. We knew he had a very dark side. His temper was really off for the type of character that he had. So it was very clear that he has this kind of split personality. So we already knew that was going to kind of happen. Although this anime is like a really good anime, there aren't many massive shocks when it comes down to like the way the plot is developing, but I'm still enjoying how it's going. I think it would be a good idea for them to sort of finish the game off in the next couple of episodes, and then we can see the aftermath of it. It doesn't all have to be the game for the full 12 episodes.
True that. Or it could be similar to where they finish this game and end up in a different game.
Or more participants, because this is Group C.
Yeah. So I don't know. It might further develop in ways that we can't think of. Another question I got for you. If not Tenji, because we obviously know he is the traitor, who else do you think could have some issues coming up later on, based on this group alone, not based on any external groups or other groups?
All of them, and I think that's what this game is actually proving. All of them have things about them that are not quite normal, issues that they might have with each other, and motivations for causing trouble within this friendship group. So in all honesty, it could be anyone. The things that we found out through just this badmouth game about all of the characters are quite suspicious. We don't know if Shibei did kill somebody. We don't know the crime that his dad was covering up for him. We don't know if Shibei really didn't know that about his father. We don't know anything really about Kokuragi. We don't know about why she started getting bullied, for instance. We don't know if she's actually a full victim. We don't know why Yuichi has this massive split personality. We don't know why his family are nowhere to be seen. We don't know why the son of a police officer would go this far and seems really quite insane, almost.
No, Shiho is the daughter of a police officer.
Oh, okay, Tenji is the son of who then?
Someone else, but it wasn't important.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough. We don't even know much about Saragi either. We don't know enough about these characters, and they clearly all have a lot of secrets. I would have never looked at Kokuragi and thought, oh, she did compensated dating. I mean, there's no real look for that kind of thing, but because of how shy she is, because of how introverted she is, because of her personality type, you wouldn't think that she would be able to do it because she's so withdrawn from others. You don't see her really talking to many people. She can only really speak to Yuichi.
Yeah, I mean, this whole anime does bring a lot of interesting concepts, and this friend dynamic, well, of the friendship group is really, really weird. I don't know how they're still all friends, but again, I can't wait till the next episode. I want to find out what's going on.
I just want to mention about how Tenji's thoughts when he's talking about Saragi are becoming more and more visually disturbing. So like when we first started off, he just kind of was taking her away from others. Then we saw him putting her in a chokehold, and then we saw her like looking as if she was partially unclothed. Then we saw her looking as if she was completely unclothed with thorns wrapped around her entire body, and they're just becoming more and more disturbing the more that we go on. And it's interesting the way that they're showing his descent, and it's just going to show how much he's losing control of himself, and that's why I think he keeps having these outbursts, whereas in the very beginning he barely spoke at all. He was keeping very calm and collected. He didn't ask many questions and he didn't say many things, and now he just can't stop himself.
Well, look at the descent into madness he's going. He's fighting a battle against Yuichi, which he actually honestly knew from get-go. However, he underestimated his opponent. And now, as he's getting deeper and deeper into his levels of insanity, we're seeing a more, I want to say, primal look into how he views her. And like, let's be fair, this guy is one of them, incel weirdos that you find on the internet. He's basically that guy who believes that all women are objects and he's entitled to the affection that he feels he deserves, and unfortunately, if anything bad happens to him, he fully deserves it. 100% back anything bad happening to this guy. Just saying.
The only thing I find really weird about Tenji's character is the fact that he didn't even try to ask Saragi out. Like, he didn't say to her, do you want to date? Do you want to go out? He didn't even attempt to try. He just immediately went to an extreme plot, which doesn't fit for me, especially because he's supposed to be the smart one. He was described as someone who was smart, who thought about things, you know, strategized. And he's obviously planned this for a really long time, but he didn't do the bare minimum, which would be just to see if she was interested in him.
Did her interests actually matter though?
But he could have found out. What's the point in going this far straight away instead of seeing? If he had asked her out and then he went here, I could kind of understand his character a bit more, even though he would still display the same insanity. It just doesn't fit to just go there straight away.
Alright guys, so let us know what you think. Do you think Tenji is a loose cannon or a super loose cannon?
If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
Peace.